For the longest time, like until the age of 10, I didn't necessarily have hobbies. Sure, I participated in activities. I played lacrosse, soccer, baseball. I did Cub Scouts and I did cross country, but none of them really clicked. Each one felt like a chore more than an actual enjoyable activity. But this all changed when I joined the drama club in 4th grade. From this moment on, I was hooked. I started doing shows every year, and it became an amazing experience for me. And soon after, I began to participate in theater outside of school. I took up voice lessons, and I did shows at local theaters. And once in junior high, I joined band and choir and made so many of my closest friends. And over the pandemic, when I had nothing to do, I would lay in my room and listen to soundtracks online. And from this, I saw the potential of music. I saw the potential of music, but especially singing. Singing felt like freedom. It allowed me to express myself and to make so many amazing connections. And along with singing, I love listening to all types of music, and it's become a constant thing for me. Whenever I'm doing homework, I'm listening to music. Whenever I'm doing chores, I'm listening to music. Pretty much whenever I'm doing anything, I'm listening to music. And I love listening to all types of music too, but there's one genre that for the longest time I just couldn't get into: jazz. But this all changed on a vacation last summer. Me and my family were on vacation to Vancouver, and I was having one of those days where nothing seemed to go my way. I don't remember all of it, but I do remember spilled drinks and long car rides, and my brother being mad at me for waking him up, and so on. Well, about the time we were getting back to the hotel, my dad reminded me he had dinner reservations for the family at a jazz club. The thought of sitting in a dark room as someone sang about heartbreak like a cat in heat, with instruments playing scattered and chaotic rhythms like a squirrel with ADD, didn't seem appealing to me. I offered to stay back at the hotel and to rest, but my dad was adamant that I go. My dad, being my dad, wanted me to experience real jazz. Well, after sitting down in the jazz bar and ordering our food, the musicians came out. And to my surprise, there were only 4. One on bass, one on saxophone, one on drum set, and the last on piano. And I wondered how they would make enough sound for the entire restaurant to hear, just being 4, but almost the instant they began to play, the stress I'd carried around all day seemed to fade away. The musicians mesmerized me, and the magical renditions of the music was hypnotizing. They played together so beautiful. They listened to each other without words. It was like they were speaking their own silent language that was somehow more in tune. And the way they fed off each other's rhythms or deviated from them by design was perfect. I felt at peace. And the longer they played, the more drawn in I was. The deep tone of the bass, the steady beat of the drum, the swinging of chords on the piano, and the smooth flow notes from the saxophone. The music drifted me into another world, and the stress I'd carried around just disappeared. It was amazing. I felt my eyebrows soften and my breath become more controlled. I loved it. So, a few months later, when I was particularly stressed about some school thing and my usual de-stressors weren't cutting it, I turned on a classic jazz playlist. And almost instantly, I began to feel better. So now, whenever I'm stressed, I turn on jazz and let it work its magic. Needless to say, I listened to a lot of jazz in the days leading up to giving this talk. But so many people are stressed day after day. And with the constant pressure to do good in school, to make enough money, to eat healthier, just to name a few, we are obviously all stressed. But due to this constant stress, many have found ways to combat it. For example, when my mom is stressed, she likes to exercise. And when one of my friends is stressed, they like to take showers. But with all these tools to combat stress, I would like jazz to be another one. In fact, when observing around 1,000 people trying to discover the health benefits of jazz. The New Orleans Musicians Clinic found that jazz can expand blood vessel capacity by up to 30%. Therefore, it slows down your heart rate, thus lessening stress. And although jazz is not necessarily a cure for stress, it can help combat it. And let's be honest, with as much stress as everyone is experiencing, we need as many ways to combat it as possible. So, the next time you're running late to something, try listening to Ella Fitzgerald's and Louis Armstrong's Porgy and Bess, and let it drift you into another world. Or the next time you're running late to something or behind on work, try listening to Chet Baker's It Could Happen to You, and let it hypnotize your body into relief. It is time that we take a break from stress. Thank you.